All right, we are going to be working on solving equations when we have a variable on both sides. So our very first step when we do this is we're going to try to simplify or make both sides shorter if we can. Here, both of them are already as short as we can, so I'm done with that. The next step is always to remove some of the x's. So what I'm going to start by doing is I'm going to remove 2 x's from here. If I do this to one side, I must do it to the other, so I'm going to take out 2 x's from there. Remember, after I do something, I always want to rewrite what's left. So I'm left with 9 here. I got rid of those. If I had 4 x's and I take out 2, I now am left with 2 x's minus 11. Now, once I have my x's just on one side, then I can go through and solve like a normal problem. So I'm going to start by adding 11 to both sides to make that go away. And I get 20 equals 2x. Divide both sides by 2, and I get 10 equals x. Remember, we do want to check our answer, especially if it were a test, so I'm going to go back, and we have to replace that 10 into both spots. So 2 times 10 plus 9, is that equal to 4 times 10 minus 11? Well, 2 times 10 is 20, plus 9 is 29. 4 times 10 is 40, minus 11 is also 29, so we know we got it right. Okay, let's start with the next one. So like I said, we've got to simplify both sides first. So I'm going to start by distributing. And I get 8x minus 6 equals x plus 24. Now I can't make it any shorter, so I am going to get rid of the x's on one side. Now it doesn't really matter. I could get rid of the 8x's here or the 1x here. It does not matter. You will get the same answer both ways. I always like getting rid of the smaller just because I hate dealing with negative numbers. So if I take away 1x, I'm left with 7 x's here, minus 6 equals 24. Now I'm going to add 6 to both sides, and I get 7x equals 30. Then I am going to divide both sides by 7, and I get x equals 37ths. Now that's a pretty yucky number. We could go back and plug it in. For time's sake, I'm not going to, because I don't think you want to sit and watch me do that. I'd probably use a calculator for it. All right, question number 3. So this, I can really simplify this side before I start. Always chop chicken first. I'm going to start by distributing, so I have 2x plus 9 plus negative 4x plus a positive 8 equals 5x. I can still make this shorter by combining my x's, so that's 2x plus 17 equals 5x. Now I want to get rid of some of the x's on one side, so I'm going to take away 2 x's here. That's kind of the step that everybody gets tricked on, is if I have x's on both sides, you have to take it away before you do anything else. So I get 17 equals 3x. I'm going to divide both sides by 3, and I get 17/3 is x. All right, last one, number 4. Well, last one of these just straightforward ones. So start by simplifying. Those get to go together, so that's 35a plus negative 28 plus negative 1 equals 14 plus negative 8a. I can still make this shorter over here and change it to 35a plus negative 29 equals 14 plus negative 8a. Going to get rid of the a's on some side. Now, because I have a negative 8a over here, I'm going to add 8a to both sides. Once I do that, I get 43a plus negative 29 equals 14. To get rid of this negative 29, I'm going to add 29 to both sides, and I get 43a equals, let's see, that's 43. Not bad. Divide both sides by 43, and I get a equals 1. That one's way better. Okay, now for the story problems. These are where it gets a little tricky. If a number is doubled and then increased by 20, the result is 5 less than 3 times the number. So we really kind of want to start through as the story goes. So if a number is doubled, so that means I have a number, I double it, so times by 2, then increase it by 20. I now have 5 less than 3 times the number. So 3 times the number minus 5. Oops, I don't know why I put a T there. There is my formula. Now I'm going to go through and solve. Can't make this side shorter, can't make this side shorter, so I'm gonna start by getting the x's all on one side. I'm gonna remove 2 x's here. Again, you could have removed 3 x's, that would have been fine. I just hate dealing with negative numbers. Now, 3 minus 2 is 1. I got rid of the 1 because 1 times x is just x. Gonna add 5 to both sides. And right there, I get 25 equals x. So let's see if a number is doubled, so that would be 50, and increased by 20, that would make it 70. The result is 5 less than 3 times the number. Well, 3 times this is 70 minus 5, 75 minus 5 is 70, so we got that. Okay, next one. You ride the bus from the center of town to your street. You have 2 payment options. Option A is to buy a monthly pass and just pay 80 cents per ride. Option B is just to pay $2.30 per ride. The monthly pass is $30. So if I talk option A, it sounds like you have to pay $30 plus 80 cents per ride. Option B is I just pay $2.30 per ride. So I want to know, when are they the same? Well, in math, an equal sign means the same. So I'm going to set them equal to each other. I'm going to say 30 plus 0.80r. When is that equal to 2.30r? I see I can't simplify here. I can't simplify here. Next step is to get all the x's on one side, or all the variables. So I'm going to take away 0.80r here, take away 0.80r here, and I get 30 equals 1.50r. Divide both by 1.50, and I get 20 is my answer. Okay, next one. You and Tom are having a bike ride. You can bike 40 meters per minute. Your brother, I'm assuming your brother is Tom, and your brother can bike 42 meters per minute. So if I look at you and Tom, sorry for the baby in the background, you can do 40 meters per minute. Your brother can do 42 meters per minute, so he's faster. So you start 100 meters ahead of him. So it's like you get 100 meters head start. We want to know, when will you guys be the same distance? So we want to set these equal to each other. So 40m plus 100, when is that equal to 42m? Well, can't simplify, can't simplify. I have m on both sides, so I'm going to start by getting rid of the m's here. So I get 100 equals 2m, divide both sides by 2, and I get 50. Now, big thing is that was talking minutes, so that's a pretty far ways away. So it is in 50 minutes. And there we go. Oh, sorry, kind of came off the page there. All right, good luck.